So, have we reached the glorious day when a AAA title has respect of its audience enough not to screw or antagonize them with in-game microtransactions, especially when that game is focused primarily around obtaining decent gear through loot? The answer to that is maybe. So it was noted that yesterday Ubisoft community manager Nachai stated that there will be no microtransactions and definitely no pay to win, in response to a user asking that people are worried about the ability to buy endgame gear in the Division. He also stated that they will further elaborate on the Phoenix credit in-game system in the future. I would imagine this is maybe something along the lines of Dark Zone currency, but something else, maybe PvE currency you get specially, no idea. Microtransactions have been a concern though for the Division. Since 2014, they suggested that they may allow some form of purchase in-game to speed up, quote, things that require time, as some people don't want to invest time, they want the shortcut. I think we could all definitely know those kind of people. They highlighted this would, though, not be a thing in January of this year. They said it would not be a thing, but it has always still been a concern. There's always a fear among any community before a release that despite what they are being told, there is some reading between the lines to be done. It feels very much sometimes when you see dev interviews that it's a little bit like a politician's answer at time, you know. Creative director Magnus Jensen spoke about why they decided not to include microtransactions, highlighting obvious issues everybody knows about, like the fact that people feel content is held back for microtransactions, or that it makes games pay to win. Obvious statements. David Polvelt, if I can pronounce that properly, he was the Division's managing director, also spoke previously about microtransactions and that they go wrong when you create a free game but then add in pay elements that are essential to making that game work. So again, you know, not something that people aren't already aware of. These are very kind of like obvious statements to make. So let's just come back to that tweet from Nachai. So he followed it up then an hour later with another tweet stating that, "I keep forgetting people are so hungry for info that they'll take a non-comment as gospel. Sorry guys, I should be more careful." This is the part which I find confusing, and it kind of highlights the dangers of social media. You know, I've said so many times that when you type things online, it's difficult because you can't infer maybe how that person is speaking. You can't infer the tone with which they speak, and I've had many complications with people online through that. You know, you type something out and they take it the wrong way, but this seemed pretty clear cut, you know, stating that there will be definitely no microtransactions. How can that be misinterpreted? But then immediately stating that this is a non-comment and people read it as gospel, that seems to imply that the previous statement is not true. This could just be like social media crap where, you know, people say stuff and they read it wrong, but I don't see how you can misstate that. If you say there will definitely be no microtransactions, how can you read that any other way? Now, I don't want to get into the realm of just wildly speculating, but it was an interesting thing to note. When it seems to have been confirmed that microtransactions will not appear, but the statement seems to muddy the water of the fact, are they saying that there will be no microtransactions of any kind? Or is it something else, like simply there will be none of a specific type, e.g. weapon upgrades, armor upgrades, things which affect your PvP ability, but that maybe there are other more passive transactions? I don't know. I would like to think that they're going to make a stand and they're going to release a title which absolutely could have included some microtransactional elements, such as buying materials to craft, extra slot bags, cosmetic aesthetics. We already discussed this the other day, and it was no surprise that the majority of people agreed only cosmetic purchases in-game are acceptable. This is widely, you know, the opinion people hold. What do you make, though, of these statements? Will the Division have a transactional element? I think the positive PR it would receive from saying flat out no to microtransactions would benefit its release far more than including them a little bit. But tell me what you think below, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, rate the video. It helps support me and the channel. I'll see you next time for some more of The Division.